Check. Check. Check, check. Check, check. Well, my ears aren't working.
Hi. Hi.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, that's you.
That's okay.
Testing, testing, testing.
I was going to say I heard you, but it sounded like from a distance.
I must be in a completely different one. Yeah, I am.
There you go.
Yeah. Testing.
How are the ears, guys?
Good.
Not
Good.
too loud, not too loud?
No.
All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, we want to welcome everybody back into the Senator Oshel B. Crago conference room here at the City of Spencer Municipal Building. We're here for our second installment of 3, and we're here to highlight the West Virginia Black Walnut Festival coming up next week, Wednesday through Sunday. It is the 69th Annual Black Walnut Festival. Very exciting times here in Spencer, West Virginia. We talked the last one we did with Kate Gaynor about this event and all of the things that were coming back, some of the new things that are happening. But we want to continue to try to get the information out to you guys as best we possibly can, because we know that so many people every year for the festival, although there are as many informational posts they can put up on social media, there are things in the newspaper, there are things we do at the radio station, still it seems every year that people still have information they want, and there's things that we don't even think about not giving the information for. So if you're out there and about, we've got the next hour, and all we want you to do is subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook, and we've got a chat box up here. If you have any questions about anything going on with the 69th Annual West Virginia Black Walnut Festival, we're here to try to answer some of those questions for you. We're here to highlight some of the things that maybe we missed the last time we were here. We've got the head honcho himself today. We snaggled Mayor Williams in here with us this morning. But I also want to talk to Dave Bowen here. Dave, one of the things that you do every single year is you are integral in helping create the Sunday Gospel Sing. And the Sunday Gospel Sing is kind of like the unofficial closing to the Walnut Festival. But more than that, you guys do things throughout the festival yourselves with gospel singing. One of the things that people, I think, have looked forward to over the years is that Saturday evening gospel sing. You have changed that up for the next couple of years.
I sure have, and just trying something different this year. As I was telling you all, thinking that maybe everybody is kind of wore out. Well, I've got a song.
There's a really good song
that goes along with that. But thinking that people may be wore out from the being here on the parade all day on Saturday. So we are doing something different. Just want to highlight that to make sure people realize we have changed. You know, for 50, 55 years, ever how long the gospel sing's been going on, it's been on Saturday. But we have changed it this year to Friday, and it's real easy to remember. It's Friday the 13th. So
oh, God.
Anyway, so
we need a little gospel singing for that, for sure.
I hope that's not a bad thing there, but I don't think it will be. But we're looking forward to it this year.
David was 6 when he started that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He doesn't look a day over
I thought you'd like
15
that.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But anyway, we invite you to come out on Friday the 13th. It's going to be at the Faith Baptist Church, and that's just it's at 686 Arnoldesburg Road, about a half a mile from Spencer on Arnoldesburg Road up there on the left. On the bank, and the singers for the Friday night gospel sing will be Mike Upright and David and Sheila Bowen. Now, last year we had Michael Combs.
Oh,
thought I had him booked again this year, and about 2 or 3 months ago, talked to his booking agency, and she said, "Yeah, I have it down here that I was holding that date for you." But she said, you never did call me back, I don't think.
oh.
I thought I did. She says, I'm sorry.
Old age.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, but we do have him booked for sure next year for the festival gospel sing, Michael Combs.
Yeah.
But this year we have Mike Upright. He's a guy we've had him here different times for the festival gospel sing.
Later.
He's kind of what I call easy listening Bill Anderson type gospel singer.
Yeah.
But he's just really, really good. And I've always enjoyed him. But we'll be with him then, as I said, on October the 13th on Friday night, Faith Baptist Church, 686 Arnoldsburg Road here in Spencer. So
very easy to find that building if you're heading out Arnoldsburg Road. As soon as you start up the big hill, take a look to the left, and that big building over there is where Faith Baptist Church is. It's a really nice facility up there.
Yeah, that's where they're having their Christian school is up there now.
David, I'm just glad you keep on doing it, okay?
Yes.
I'm glad you keep on
Well, I tell you what I've been doing all morning is I put up probably about 20, 25 posters, and that is one of the comments that I hear over and over.
Well, I hope they don't take them all down tomorrow.
Well,
I mean, they're taking down posters.
Oh, no.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Now, there's some places that won't let me put them up.
Oh.
Well, you're just putting them in businesses.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You're not nailing them to trees or.
No.
I'm just. You'll be all right then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know somebody that works for the city here that could help.
At least you're doing it legal now. For a long time, you didn't do that.
Yeah, I hear you. No,
I like it.
No trees or telephone poles,
or electric poles, or
nothing like that.
That's how long
you're a good man.
this.
So you've just come so far over the last few years.
Isn't that amazing?
I can't believe it.
It's just amazing what
a lot smarter than what you thought.
It's just amazing what God can do.
I'm telling you. Dave was, I think, more busy now than when he was working. He's retired now, but he's working harder than ever.
Yeah, between doing things like this and just going out singing.
Yeah.
I was talking to my doctor the other day, and I given him my singing appointments,
Yeah.
Because he wanted to make sure I was busy. He keep telling me, he said, David, you can't retire to nothing.
Yeah.
You have to retire to something.
Yeah.
And I was telling him about everywhere we go. And here's what he looks at me. He said, David, I believe you're busier than I am. So anyway, but
I may need you to come down and just sit out here in the hall on that bench and sing once in a while.
Hey, that'd be a good idea.
So I can hear you.
Yeah.
Good for morale in the city building.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's right.
So Friday night, and again, that's the gospel sing that'll be at Faith Baptist Church. And then, Dave, of course, the big Sunday right on the front lawn of the courthouse.
Yes.
I tell you, that's something that has been going on for quite a while, and it is kind of a fun finish to the Walnut Festival. You get the food vendors that are still open there for a while. People are just kind of walking around enjoying the music on Sundays, kind of almost decompressing from the whole week.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it's just one of those, you got to bring your own seat.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like you said, some people, even though they're not sitting, realize they're still listening, even though they're walking around to the
a lot of picnic tables.
Yeah, at the food vendors and all like that. But, that will be October the 15th on Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock, right there in front of the Roane County Courthouse. Singers for that, got a new group this year. It's called Sincere Gospel Quartet. And, of course, we also got Ron Shamlin, Tim McCoy, the Lee family, and another group, David and Sheila Bowen.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, who is that?
I think they're pretty good. I've heard about them once in a while.
So, that's what we do to, like you said, to kind of end up the Black Walnut Festival.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you want to give out any personal information or not, Dave, but if somebody has any questions about, number one, the Friday night thing, is there a way they can get a hold of you guys or contact somebody at the church to find out about everything? I mean, I know we can get the message out right now, but somebody may want to know later.
Oh, yeah, I can give them my phone number with my cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
And if they need any information about the Friday night sing, give me a phone call at 304-531-6269, and we'd be glad to answer any questions.
Now the phone's about to ring off the hook.
And we'll post it on our sites, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think we have, but we'll do.
Yeah, well, I talked to somebody here about.
Yeah.
No, was that you? Okay.
I need to get that on our site as well.
Yeah.
Of course, Dave has basically canned his show up there on Sundays. He's been out and about.
We've been saying.
Well, these guys will be downtown all week, so pop up there once in a while and talk about that.
We do that too.
Yeah, do that.
He'll be over there, and we'll be talking about the Friday sing and the Sunday sing as well. So you're more than welcome to stop by anytime. I've got some free open spaces throughout the week for that.
Well, we'll certainly do that, but we just keep wanting to stress about changing it from Saturday to Friday. So people don't get that mixed up.
Right.
Yeah, and people have done it for Saturday for so long.
Yep.
They'll make their plans around that
Yeah.
without thinking about it. So Friday night, not Saturday, Friday night. Go ahead and plan that for next year too.
Yep.
It's Friday night, the Gospel Sing, and that will be up at the Faith Baptist Church on Arnold'sburg Road.
Yes.
David Bowen, thank you very much, and
Thank
I
you
appreciate you coming in here
Hey.
on short notice. We
That
didn't
was
plan
just-
anything.
That was yesterday. I talked to you, and I said, "Yeah, I can be here." That's the great thing about retired life, I guess.
He's got plenty of time to do whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, thank you so much, and we'll be talking with you again
Okay.
throughout the next week when we start the festival itself.
Sounds good.
Well, Mayor Williams, here we are, buddy. You've got a list of notes. And
I got lots of notes.
You've got lots of notes.
Sometimes I can't even read my notes.
I got to figure out which one Dave was in. I always give him the wrong one right there. We've got Tracy Keaton as well hanging out with us. Leslie White, who is the pageant director for the Black Walnut Festival pageant. They just had that, Mayor Williams. And we've got a local girl who has been crowned queen of the 69th Annual West Virginia Black Walnut Festival in Ella Wilson. Leslie said everyone this weekend was so excited about the festival getting underway. Lots of pageant contestants ready for the Black Walnut ice cream and parades, Mayor Williams. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And Mayor Williams is holding the official schedule of events. And this, I imagine, Mayor, will be out in this week's newspaper or next week's?
Yeah, it'll be out this week. We're
Okay.
actually copying things and starting to put them out today, and we're putting it on the festival's Facebook page and website and the city site. We get so many calls now, really from out of county, out of state, and people want to know if everything's still happening this day or that day. I had a guy yesterday call me who comes from out of state. His question was, is the DeRusso sausage still going to be here? and I said, yeah. And I said, any other question? He said, no, I just wanted to check on that. So you never know what you're going to get, but it's coming together well. It's a tremendous amount of work. I couldn't tell you how many hundreds of hours that people put in this thing, and although Kate has been on the board, this is her first year as being president, and she really took the ball and ran across the field with it.
Yes.
So she worked in here almost every day all through the summer months, and called me a zillion times, and that's really good. I'd rather have her here calling me than living in California. And
Yes.
And sometimes she don't want to call me, but she's done a great job, and just looking at every piece of the puzzle. I tell you, when I wrote out all the events that's taking place on Sunday night, and I was into the 30-something of events that's going on here, I can't imagine that if you can't find something that you like, you just need to go somewhere else.
You're just grumpy if you can't
you
find
just
something
can't.
you like at the festival.
And I don't know how, to tell you the truth, we can pull off that many different things over that weekend with the small nucleus of people that we actually have who make the clock turn. You know, it's really amazing. It makes me realize when I put things in black and white and put them down on paper. And some of the things, we're adding some things every day. We just in the last 24 hours or so, and we talked about it, but the Glass Man, Appalachian Glass, and he and I have been friends a long time. I did tell him yesterday that if he texted or called me before 5:30 again, that our friendship may end. And so this morning he waited till 6:30. And I do love him like a brother, but we've got 2 wine glasses. I don't have a picture of those. I was going to get one printed and see if we could hold it up. But we have two, and they're limited number. We think we're gonna be able to try to sell them. That one of them's a stem glass that Tracy may have a picture
I have
of.
a picture on my phone, but can you put this closer to you?
Do you have one on a website somewhere?
No,
Well,
we don't have
but we
them.
will.
Yeah, they're just brand new.
And then we have a flat base non-stem one that's got a map of West Virginia with the city tagged onto it and BWF. Kate will post those later today because Chip's called me since I've been in here. We're hopefully going to be able to sell those for about $12, but that's quite a fine piece of something to have as a souvenir, as a wine glass with the BWF or the city's name or both on those. But the carnival has slowly started moving into town with some equipment, and I'll talk about them a quick second. They were new here last year, the Chickett Family Amusements, and Colton, who is owner of that, we really were lucky last year that he showed up. Carnivals, I got all these experts out here in the world who know a lot about carnivals, and I've dealt with them more than any living being in the world has, and there's fear of them. Carnivals have gone out of business because of cost of a ride that's $300,000 or $400,000 or more. Liability insurance, accidents happen. You see that on the news over the past 3 or 4 or 5 years. All that had a big bearing on carnival life. A lot of the carnivals are from the state of Ohio. They migrate to Florida. Many of them do in the wintertime. Some do not. Our carnival is from Ohio. And we have lots of pictures of him even on our site, or his carnival. But it was probably the cleanest, shiniest, prettiest carnival that we've ever had. And so we were very lucky. And it cost a lot. It cost to mobilize a carnival and bring them in here and set them up. You spend $30,000 doing that. Your insurance for being here that week is around $10,000 just for that week, for that event, And we buy insurance for events sometimes for 3 hours and pay $1,500 or $2,000. So all that stuff costs a bunch of money. So, he's got to pay his help. He's buying gasoline. He has a new ride this year. I call it the boat. Some people call it the Bullet, but it's that big pirate ship that it's brand new, and he's having it inspected now. And he's really going to try to have it here, so that'll be a good addition. The carnival will run from Wednesday night through Sunday afternoon. We haven't put down prices yet because we haven't sat down with him face to face, but they won't be much different than last year. I don't think they'll be any more expensive than last year. And we're trying to get the best bang that we can so that people can enjoy it and go spend an afternoon or spend an evening. And it really does work out pretty well. And we can't make everything happen exactly the way we want to. The carnival at one time was the biggest money maker for the festival as far as a percentage of its gate.
Yeah.
And that's changed because carnivals have to have more of their money now to survive.
Absolutely.
But we all understand that. So we're all learning from it. The food court this year, and we've had great food courts over the years.
I think we have one of the most diverse as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of fairs and festivals. We used to go to every one of them everywhere, and the number was limited. Sometimes they had 4 or 5 of the same thing. We always were very careful about not to duplicate so much. So this year we have our old timer goodies that everybody likes: the funnel cake, the pizza, the ton of taters, the DeRusso, the walnut ice cream, the Gill's roast beef, and then we have a Bayou set up who fixes all kinds of New Orleans kind of food,
kind of Cajun,
and then
food.
We have a Japanese steakhouse fella from Charleston that's bringing his chicken and steak and other things too. We have this dough. What's that thing called?
I always forget what that's called.
I call it
It's like a donut.
Well, it's a dough with meat or
a gyro.
Well, there's
not really a gyro.
Depending on which culture you're in, it's called a different thing.
Yeah, kind of almost like a
meat pie. Like a meat pie.
Yeah, it's a meat like empanadas.
Yeah, that's almost
empanadas.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
And so she's coming, and I couldn't even pronounce her name. I finally just wrote down after she said it to me several times. I wrote Nell Lita, and I said Nellita, and she said you have it right. She said, you funny man. and I said, well, we'll get to know each other here in a couple of weeks. And but the thing that we don't have that we thought we were going to have is ox roast. So we don't have a booth or a club, an organization out there. If there's a local organization that's interested in doing some of that, we'd certainly help them out and give them a location to do it, even if they just wanted to do it on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
We still play ball with them and make something happen.
I know, speaking with Kate at our last remote, she said, I have not given up hope yet on the ox roast, but the person who normally does it had an injury and just could not
Broke his foot.
could not do the ox roast stuff. But, again, if there is an organization, they'll help lead the way for you guys. To get to that location. Lots of different food vendors that are here. And, again, some of those new ones that are very exciting for us. Again, folks, we want to remind you, if you have any questions for us, I've got Mayor Williams here, and I got Tracy Keaton, who's the marketing director of Spencer here. I have no other way to get information to you guys other than these two. And I'm very excited that they brought us the actual full schedule events that you will see in this week's paper. It'll come out tomorrow evening in tomorrow's paper, so you'll be able to see that big schedule of events. They'll have write-ups on certain things that are happening that have happened in years past. One of the things you gave me that picture, and I wanted to pull it up for people so they could take a look at it. Yes. It's the power of technology, guys.
Yes.
I love it. I don't know. I'm barely good at using it, but we can see, as they can see on there, those are the Black Walnut Festival wine glasses that are being made. And so those of you out there can actually see those glasses now. Sorry I didn't crop the picture, but I just wanted to get it on as quickly as possible. I bet if it show your phone number on there somewhere, Tracy. It does show that you only have 47% battery on your phone, though.
Well, that's right. Actually, that's Erica. So if you see a phone number,
oh gosh, sorry, Erica. But those are the actual glasses that they're talking about that the glass maker who's coming is going to be able to produce for the Black Walnut Festival. Those are very nice looking glasses, by the way.
We just got a sponsorship for him today too. For the glass blower.
Yeah. Even better.
Glenn Jeffries.
So. All right, fantastic. So that's what you're looking at is the Black Walnut Festival glasses. Now, if I were smarter, I would have pulled up a picture of the Black Walnut Festival Fiesta mug, but you got one right here in front of us, and these are the collectibles. And these are the ones that, if they're on sale today, watch out. Here come the people.
Yeah, these are this is called a peony. That's the color. It's kind of a pink. I don't know how good you can see it in here.
It's pretty good, actually.
It's just kind of a light pink peony. They sell for $25 a piece.
And they will go fast.
They will go
fast. They sell well.
Guarantee
we have
those
a couple
things
hundred, and they go really quickly.
That's something that you guys do very well with is those collectible mugs, number one. But the merchandise that you guys offer at your tent, which is, well, last year was set up right beside me, which was very nice. It was the information booth and the merchandise tent. I had a chance to go over there and talk with people back and forth to make sure I was on track. I hope I still have my same spot. I didn't ask anybody. Okay, good. I didn't ask anybody this year for it. Phoenix Nutrition chiming in said it's going to be a great festival. Matt Queen, one of the new business owners here in the city of Spencer, very excited about the festival. Obviously, not only it helps the entire people or the entire community around here, helps the business owners around here when you get 40, 50,000 people here with foot traffic.
I had small business, since before COVID. We've done a lot of different changes in taxes and B&O taxes, and I've reduced B&O tax to a small business owner that if you did $100,000 or less than a quarter, your tax went down to 0.10. Well, if you took somebody with you and went to one of the restaurants, you'd spend about that much. And that's what your taxes would be for that quarter, which is one heck of a deal when you've got sidewalks and lights and lamps and police and people sweeping the streets. But those small business people, a lot of them told me, Main Street people, that during the festival week, their bump was as good as a month of business. And I probably, as much as I should have been aware of that, just because of the fact that it really doesn't bump us any. We spend a lot of money to make it happen. But it was good news for me to hear that from the small business person. So it does mean a lot economically. And so that that'll all be back, and they're all preparing for it.
Yes.
Those those Main Street small business people all prepare for this week.
Now, some of them are doing their own little specials. Some of them will have sidewalk sale stuff, but it'll be a great opportunity because there are going to be, and again, many people who we're talking to now, they've been here for many years. They understand that the festival's huge, but if you're not if you've not been here and you don't walk downtown throughout this festival, it is mass chaos. There are so many people. Foot traffic all around the city square, all the way over to the Bowman Street or the regular parking lot there, all the way across the brand new Ruby Bradley Bridge down to the Armory. I'm telling you, it's this town.
Like a big football game.
This town becomes a metropolitan city
really
for about 6 days.
It really does.
And
Yeah,
it's
it does.
expanding too, because it starts at the Armory, and normally the bulk of the business was right through here at the carnival. But now there's more going on at the middle school than there ever has been, and then that footbridge that goes over to Alvoid, they've put a flea market there. So I mean, it's kind of moving that direction. Then we're having the tent at Jack Garrett after the parade on Saturday.
So
I
you
mean,
think
it's
about
kind of
that,
like
yeah. Let's talk about some of the city improvements that have been made over. Well, we could talk about all the ones that have been made over the many years, Mayor. But the sidewalks now, the ones that are being built out past, they're already almost past Jack Garrett Ford.
Right.
That's a huge deal when you come to this festival, when people are going to be heading that way. Sidewalks there, paved parking lots, all sorts of stuff that is being done. And then the brand new bridge is going to be a massive help for this festival.
It is. We're lucky, and we take so much for granted. I probably I no doubt had black hair yet when I started that bridge project years ago. And I had a lot of governors tell me that we were going to get it done next year or year after. And I know how important, how hard it is. Bridge money, we've got a lot of bad bridges.
Yeah.
Not just in West Virginia, where we have hundreds of bridges that need work, but across America. And then on top of all that, the different catastrophes and floods and things that happen all have an effect on federal funds that gets funneled to your community. We just held out long enough, and now it's done. It's hard to believe that it's out there and done. And I'll tell you, it's the best known bridge in West Virginia because we kept a camera on it all the time. We posted pictures all the time. You guys did that all night coon hunt on the bridge. And I talked to people from every corner of this state. And I had a meeting in Charleston, matter of fact, in February. And I walked into a room of about 50 people who were from Wheeling to Logan to Williamson to Martinsburg, you name it. And all of them said, damn, I'm glad you got that bridge done. I mean, but it really did. And that's good for us.
Yeah.
It's good for Spencer, West Virginia.
It unintentionally or intentionally was a marketing tool for Spencer because the eyes were on that. The way that it was built, being one of the few and first that was going to be slid into place, I think the way it was constructed and the way the engineers managed this whole deal, because that is a main hub through the town of Spencer, a main hub, and it is only just for a couple months at one particular time, things got backed up a good bit down Route 33, and after a couple months, they figured out that they could add just a turn lane light, and it alleviated that traffic. I really was shocked at how little impact it had on the traffic while it was being built. So
they were good to work with. They were really good to work with.
I would send them photos. I'd snap pictures and send them pictures, and I told them that, especially the first day of school, I told them, I said, I think you really need that left air light for the first day of school being back here. Well, we think it'll work okay. We've been monitoring those things, and we think it'll work okay. Well, the next morning, the traffic was about Faith Baptist Church that David was just here talking about. But I snapped new pictures and sent them. Now, that evening at 3:30, the left turn light was on.
Yeah, they realized.
Oh, yeah, you just got to have it, And I want to say something about something sometimes we forget, but we have a lot of people who donate a lot of money to the Black Walnut Festival, and it just,
and they don't do it for the recognition, Mayor, but they need it.
They really like to help us out, and just uptown here, real close to us, you got Wendy's and Handy Mart, who plays a big part in this. Armacell. You got Intelligent Network, Brian Cottrell and Lori. You got Poca Valley Bank, Rhone General Hospital, Willa Drug, just a few of those that are right here that reach out and touch, that really like to come to the plate and help us sponsoring different things downtown. And then, this morning, Senator Glenn Jeffries wanted to sponsor the glass blower. We've got Best Title that took over Drew Patton's office. Those people do a great job with deeds and titles, do a lot of work for us.
They got a live with me during the festival. I'm looking forward to talking to them.
First Neighborhood Bank, Optimum, they're going to be set up down here near the tomb, and they're going to be a part of it, and they're going to be a better part. Jack Garrett Ford sponsors the car show. McDonald's has become a better player with us, and they're a big part of our community. People's Bank, Cash Saver, Waste Management. Can anybody believe what the cubic yards of trash that we
could guess?
We have 30 cubic yard dumpsters, just those two.
Yeah.
And we have another 30 cubic yard, and we have other dumpsters. But they really pitch in and help us out. I mean, Waste Management, even when Waste Management was having problems, Terry Williams wasn't kicking Waste Management.
No.
I'm glad we've got them. I'm glad they're here, and they worked hard with us to make things work out. And if all I have a problem with is a bag of trash didn't get picked up this week,
you'd be happy with that.
I might give you a kiss under the red light here. So sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit, but
they might just take a thank you. But I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah, we just take so much for granted, and Casto and Harris lets us set up our tomb of the unknown soldier on their lot down here, which is really close to City Hall, and we've got Go-Mart, and we've got John Taylor, we've got Smoker Friendly, we've got Hildreth Supply, Carpenter Store, all those people that I've just been talking about, as well as a bunch of contributors.
Yeah.
People who want to give us $200 or $300 to help keep things going, and we'll name those people too. But all those people make things happen. And last year's festival costs, I don't care to talk about out loud. We don't have anything to hide, but
it ain't cheap.
The expenses last year for the festival were $85,000.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty tight with money. I'm a Democrat who likes to spend and do things. They'd throw me out of Congress right now. But the fact of the matter is, if we didn't watch our money and what we do, we wouldn't survive long. This year, we've invested in 60 new of those heavy molded Lifetime, is that what it's called? Picnic tables.
Yes.
That one person could carry and set it up.
Yeah.
Now it takes 4 men to carry an 8-foot table that we've had made. We're going to buy more tape. We're going to buy 60 more this coming year. We have 2 or 3 tents that now are getting some age on them. Those tents cost us $15,000 to $25,000 depending on the size.
Because they're heavy duty tents.
And they're safety.
Yeah.
It's not like just going and buying a pop-up tent and putting it out here. 5 years ago, we bought a stage, which is a first-class professional
so nice
stage. Probably in the stage, the hydraulic system and the stage and the steps, we got about $70,000 just in that. And then since then, we've purchased sides and we purchased tops. If it's coming a windstorm, we can lower it hydraulically in seconds.
Yes.
For safety, we got to think about everything and every part of this thing when we're out here doing stuff. Over the past 5 years, if we had rented a stage as often as we have concerts, we'd have already spent more money than we paid for the stage. So, it's a good investment to do that kind of stuff. I fully expect them to be using this stage and everything 10 years from now.
Yeah.
They take good care of it. They keep it on a trailer, and we keep the trailer in the dry, and we don't, as much as we'd like to, we don't go set it up for other concerts or bands or events. We just can't do it. It's just, we set it up 2 or 3 times a year here, and but it's worked out great. So there, pennants and banners and all those things that go with trash cans. We own 200 trash cans. And Rob told me we were going to have to replace about 100 of those real soon.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, but a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you go spend $1,000 and buy a few trash cans.
Porta potties.
Porta potties
Yep.
cost us $4,000.
Yep.
I'd like to have a sponsor for the porta potties.
There you go.
They'd be the most loved person in the world.
Really?
I mean, I know it don't sound very good, but I'm going to tell you, what in the world will we do without porta potties?
Yes.
And it's costly, and you got to get in here and clean those things 2 and 3 times that week, which isn't an easy chore.
Yeah.
And so we kind of watch that. We work with the porta potty people and dicker on prices, and just try not to. The glass man. I told the glass man.
He's still
I
on.
call him. I told the glass man yesterday morning on my phone at 6 a.m. I said, I can't sit here and talk and text you back and forth very long. I said, my wife will think we're having an affair.
Well, when you talk to him, you tell him he got some free live time. Right
I'll tell him, I'll get him here to Jiffy. I'll tell you, he's super good.
Yeah.
To work with, and he's helped us with the wine glasses.
Yeah.
And he helps. 7 or 8 years ago, I asked him if he ever made a black walnut, and he may have said to me, what is a black walnut? So I came over here in a basket and got a couple of walnuts still in the hall, and took them over there and gave them to him. And a couple hours later, he comes in my office with a glass blown walnut.
Really?
And left it with me. And of course, that year he sold hundreds of glass walnuts, and he's still selling glass walnuts. And we've sold a ton of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how that happened, And
just by accident.
Yeah, just by accident. And but I tell you, Chip's a great guy to work with. He just goes out of his way to make things happen for us. And
He's easy to work with.
New ideas.
He's sleeping in somebody's basement over the festival.
Yeah, we had to get him a house, in the basement of a house, just to get him in here. But I'll have Tracy talk about some of our goodies.
Yeah, I saw Erica Moore pop in there real quick. Did you tell her that everyone has her phone number now?
Yeah, no, I didn't tell her that. But we were talking about the bridge. So we do have Ruby Bradley T-shirts, bridge T-shirts. There's the back, and then the city label in the front. And these hats
those are nice.
These are really nice. I don't know if you can see that very closely.
You got it.
Okay.
Well, you can't see the actual what it says on the front though. What does it say on the front of that?
Colonel Ruby Bradley Bridge. Well, if I had my glasses on, I could tell you what it says. It says June 5th, 2023, Spencer, West Virginia.
And they're in that
Really
new
nice.
age trucker hat that everybody is wearing. They're popular.
Yeah,
They've got just the stamp in front on it's in front of it with the Ruby Bradley Bridge. I like the color scheme.
The color's great.
It reminds me of her service.
Yeah,
I really like it.
right.
I assume that was not by accident. I'm sure when somebody ordered those that was on purpose.
Yeah,
It's
there's
got the
another
mesh back.
blue one too. That's like a bright cobalt
We have an
blue.
employee here who's brilliant at doing this stuff.
Oh,
I think he's talking about himself.
oh, is that what it is? Okay, yeah.
We already did this. And then our flags, these are our new flags. These are like pole flags. Andrew, if you get this
I can
other
help you with
end.
that.
So they're pretty good size.
Oh yeah, these are
Maybe
large.
like 4 feet across.
Yeah.
Just the stripe, the Walnut Festival color stripes. And then this is our new printed flag. Oh, let's do this. You can see it. We just got these in yesterday, so all this is
on
for
this
sale.
printed flag. I want to tell you that they're tough to get, and we paid $53.75.
Yeah,
We're selling these for $55.
Yeah.
It'll last for years.
Nice, yeah.
we're making $2.
We only have 50 of them.
Making $2 off.
Making $2. Because we didn't want to send them back or say we didn't want them because they're hard to get done.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I have flags that are probably 20 or 25 years old, made out of the same kind of material. They just last forever.
It's like a nylon.
We even have a windsock we might get one of them in here in a minute, and we'll tell you a little bit about it. But it's something that people could hang in their business or hang on their porch or hang inside their house. But
and that just, again, that speaks to me to the pride of this festival. People want that kind of stuff, and they want to be able to show that and put them up, and they want to be show their support
Yeah.
for the Walnut Festival and just being a fan of the Walnut Festival. I am now, Lord help me, I'm now in my mid-40s, and I've got that many years at the festival, and I've enjoyed it every single year. There's never a time that I've not had a great time with it, and I love that people continue to try to bring new things in, but at the same time, there are the tried and true things that you guys bring to these festivals that people can rely on every year. They know the Grand Parade's coming. It's going to be awesome. They know the Kids' Day Parade's coming. They know all these things that are going to be there. It's comfort. It's home. It reminds people who come back for the festival.
Yep.
And what the city does is so impressive to get ready for this festival. Not just, getting the stage in, but the way you guys decorate for the festival. When you come into Spencer, West Virginia, you know exactly what time of year it is, and it's not done gaudy. It's done so nice.
pretty sharp.
I mean, I could say that about the whole year round, though.
It does.
I mean,
If
this
we could
city
get a few
looks
bags
good.
of nuts to hold up and a
They're
windsock.
coming. They're on their way.
And I'll tell you about decorating. The first big decorating we did for the Black Walnut Festival was in 1990, and we already had it set to go and had bought thousands of feet of pennants. Bill Fury was my go-to guy at that time. So, and we didn't have a bucket truck. We used fire trucks and everything we could, which was a little harder and not nearly as safe. And we came out on that Saturday and Sunday night, and on Monday morning, when people showed up here of that week, they were pennants and flags and things were flying, and it made a whole different shebang out of it, and it made it just surprise people that on Monday morning this happened. And that was pretty good memory. I'll never forget that because we just kind of kept it a secret. And the city at that point, which has been 33 years ago, took more, I don't want to say control over the festival, but more in direction to keep it going. The festival really waffled for a while. Back in those early days, as good a job as everybody did, and everybody did a good job, there were times we'd go borrow money after the festival and sign a note at the bank to pay the bills that were created during the festival. So, easy to forget those things, but boy, it's came a long way.
It has really grown by leaps and bounds. I think when people began this whole thing, I'm not sure they would have ever envisioned 2023 version of the West Virginia Black Walnut Festival. We've got some more stuff here, and again, the merchandise is strong with the city of Spencer, and you can find all these items right now here.
Right.
So just stop down at the city building, and you can get some of these items right now for sale. Speaking of the windsock,
I'm going to tell you about this windsock. I was out of town and sitting on a porch of a business, and they had not this windsock, but they had windsocks. And we, Carol and I have windsocks. Lots of people have windsocks. When I came back, I told Kate, I said, we ought to make a windsock for the Walnut Festival. She thought I was just a little bit off at the point, but they came up with one, and it's not bad. It's different.
Yeah.
Look great hanging in your business or on your porch at your house. So they had these made. You may have to untangle me. The problem is when they printed those, and they weren't cheap, and so that made me wonder whether I needed to do it. They were going to sell for $40.
Yeah.
And they were only going to be 30 of them. But there's a glitch on this thing, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. But we're going to sell these for $15. That's the first time I've said that out loud.
Oh, gosh.
We'll sell this, and the new one that's coming in that doesn't have the glitch will be $40. But if you'd like to have one of these windsocks, and we want to sell them, I'm not a bit afraid to hang one of these up. You have to be pretty smart to figure this out.
Yeah.
Do you see the glitch?
I don't see it yet. I'm going to have to study that after we get off the air.
Anyhow, great deal, $15. We have 30 of them. We probably already sold some of them today, but it's just another neat thing to hang up and have a good time with. And
we can show the people and see if they can see the glitch.
See if you can find the glitch in this.
Can you see that?
I was looking. Is it on one
I
side
wasn't
versus
gonna-
the
we're
other?
gonna throw them
No.
away, and the flags cost us so much.
Maybe whoever finds the glitch first on here, we can give them a free
We might give them
sock.
one. And
Yeah.
so I thought it might be a way to balance out our cost a little bit, so that
You looking at
I'm still trying to find it,
The-
but I'm an idiot, so I can't help.
I'm not very good. I didn't see it either. So
We didn't see
join the
it.
crowd, and then Tracy's got walnuts. We've got
Yeah.
several different kinds of
Yeah.
walnuts that go on sale today.
Absolutely.
So,
These are probably the 1
that's
pound.
the pound bags.
We don't have as many of those. We have ready recipe bags,
These are half pound,
and we've
and
got
then the smaller ones.
we've got actually 4 different kinds
Okay.
of
Yeah.
walnuts that are on sale today. We have the plastic festival cup that
Yep.
20 years ago we sold 5,000 of those. We brought
These
them
are
back
$1.
again.
These
They're
are
only $1.
$1.
Had
Yeah.
one. I had one in my house for many years.
Yeah.
We still have them.
In fact, I think my mom probably still has it.
yeah, I mean they were pretty
Yeah.
popular, and you can put it on the top
Anybody
shelf
guess
of your
the glitch?
dishwasher. They tell me.
Lisa Simmons says the spelling of West Virginia.
Nope.
No, Lisa, not the spelling of West Virginia.
She'll need to come down and buy one now for making a mistake.
Lisa, you got to come down here and buy
Only
one now.
$15.
Yeah.
We'll wait here on her.
Those are the one-offs for $15.
So,
Yeah.
I don't. Will you still be able to see if I lay it
I
down?
think if you spread it out.
How's
Okay.
that?
Okay, so you can you can see.
Can you see everything?
So it's not in the spelling of West Virginia. So
Correct.
it's not that.
It's so hard to really notice it that it's not going to hurt you to own one.
Yeah, you might as
as a
well
matter
come
of fact-
down there and take a look at
We'll
it.
still show you one of the new ones. They'll be here Monday. But,
Yeah, come down and
I
look
think
at
it'll
it.
be a novelty thing that you'll have
Oh, yeah.
a glitch sock.
Yeah.
Very rare. You know, when a coin's got a bad spot on it, they become very.
They become very expensive
yeah. So
down the
this
line.
thing right here there'll never be any more of those made than those 30 original ones. And but
I'm going to look
they're
at
gonna
that
be
after
neat.
we're off the
They're
air.
going to be neat.
So again, that's just some of the merchandise that is on sale now. They are on sale now. Of course, the collectible Fiesta mugs. I call it pink. What's the color? Peony.
Peony, like
Pe-
the flower.
peony.
Yeah,
Peony.
Or pine. The old people call them pionies.
Okay. Matt Queen from Phoenix Nutrition says it's off center.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh no, he needs to come buy one.
Martha White says I found the glitch. I think.
What is it?
What is it, Martha? We need to know. We'll see what she says. We'll see if she gets it right. I got nothing. I got nothing on it. Anyways, so we've got a full list of events. Let's talk about it. We haven't gone through the list of events yet and the schedule of events throughout the day. And again, folks, if you're out there, Martha White says spelling.
There is-
You
it
want to
is-
elaborate?
Do you want to elaborate, Martha?
Be careful, you have to buy one.
Be careful. You're gonna have to buy one if you don't get it right. She says Virginia as well.
Oh no,
Oh.
come on down, Martha, and bring her $15 with you.
You got $15 coming.
Cash only today.
Lisa Simmons says 2 L's in walnut.
Finally.
She- got
Lisa
it.
Simmons has got
Good
it.
job,
What?
Lisa Simmons.
Let me see this again.
That's it.
Oh my goodness! Right in front of me.
But now,
Thank you.
you know, some people spell it with 2 L's.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. No, nobody
that's not
does.
true. I'm not.
Lisa Simmons, congratulations! You have won a free wind sock
There you
on the
go.
one-off wind socks that say WALL in UT.
Yeah, the walnut.
That's very impressive. Lisa's watching from a screen and found that. I was right in front of it, Lisa, and I had no clue. Okay, so let's talk about the scheduled events here. Let's start with Wednesday morning. That's the kickoff of the Black Walnut Festival. That Wednesday morning, I'm going to be over here early talking it up, and then I'm going to transition over to my little tent over there, and I'll be there throughout the day. So they're starting to accept entries on Wednesday from 8 to 10, sweepstakes entries. They're doing the entries for the Ag, the FFA, and 4-H exhibits. Those are happening 8 till noon. All that taking place.
Those actually happened also the night before.
Okay, the night before as well on
Tuesday night,
Tuesday.
yeah.
That's happening again over at Spencer Middle School.
Right.
One of those pushes you guys
Right.
are making to get some more stuff over there.
Right.
and that's really good to see. The flower show entries at the Heritage Park building are accepted 8 a.m. to noon on Wednesday. Is that still a Tuesday thing as well?
At 5 to 7 on Tuesday.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 5 to 7 Tuesday. The food court, and that's where everybody's wanting to know. When is the food starting? That is starting Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock.
Right.
Yes.
That's when the food's going to start to flow. Now,
Everybody.
I tell you what, you guys set me up. I thank you so much to set me up in the corner of Court and Church Street. I am directly across the way from Court Street, and if the wind blows right, it is wafting over to me. There's some smokers over there, some big heavy-duty meat smokers that just waft right at me. I enjoy that thoroughly as I'm getting my day started every morning. So that is 11 o'clock on Wednesday. The food court is open, and that'll be open up till 8 p.m. on Wednesday. At Spencer Middle School from 1 to 3 p.m., they're going to do judging of the Ag, 4-H, and FFA exhibits over at Spencer Middle School. And the carnival gets going Wednesday evening, 6 o'clock. Now, I am inevitably going to get pricing questions about this. Now, do we know yet about the pricing questions?
No, we do not.
That won't be until next week. Okay.
We'll know this week.
Okay.
We just too many other things on our plate.
Absolutely, yeah.
When we're talking with the carnival owner, it's about other things than pricing, and we're on the phone. He needs to come in and sit down, and we'll take a look at it. It won't be much different than last year.
Okay.
I don't have a copy of that in front of me. Probably Wednesday night last year was $20 armband, or buy tickets, so many for $1 a piece. And then things get a little bit different on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Last year on Saturday night, they had a ticket-only evening. I really wasn't in favor of that, but I can't veto everything. So we left it in place. Yeah. And about 7 o'clock, the carnival owner called me, and he said, "I have made a big mistake." And
didn't work out.
Well, he may change his tune
this year. It won't be a ticket only. And it's just the armband works great.
Yeah.
And the most expensive armband was $25. There were better deals on Sunday afternoon and Wednesday night. It takes a lot of $25 to keep that lights on at that carnival. So it's not anything.
It's been $20 since my kids were little, though. It's not cheap.
I
I
invite people to enter this Walnut Festival just like they would enter any other festival, with the understanding that people need to survive. It's just going to cost what it costs. Complaining consistently about it is not going to change anything. There are ways that people can go get help with that stuff. We're going to be doing giveaways for armbands throughout the week as well, just like we did last year. Just come have fun. Just come have fun with it, and it's just going to be what it is. And we understand that certain things cost more money than they used to, and it's just the way it is.
It's life.
So life is life.
It really hadn't changed that much.
It really has not.
Most of our carnival bands a decade ago were 15 and 20. And a lot of fairs and festivals that we went to when our kids were young, and we were going to them all over the place, you paid to park your car, and then you paid to get in the gate, and then you paid to get it to the carnival.
Now, if we can figure that out.
So, I mean, there's a lot of that out there. Well, we don't have a gate and a fence around Spencer. If we did, we'd charge you to get in here, and we'd reduce the carnival price. But, it's just –
we charge you to get out, too.
Even down
at California.
At the Arts and Crafts Fair, you had to pay you had to park your car, pay to get through the gate, and they didn't even have a carnival at the Arts and Crafts Fair. It was downtown Ripley, and all those different towns around us in West Virginia that have had carnivals. Some have had tremendous problems getting a carnival back. A lot of fairs and festivals, especially the smaller ones, COVID ended they're no longer in existence. West Virginia used to have way over 100 fairs and festivals a year. Well, that number is about half of what it used to be. You have a lot of one-day events, but for us to come back, and we took a beating from COVID. I mean, that's no. It just happened to everybody. We're back. I mean, I think
we're back, baby.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this year is going to be all we need is sunshine.
That's right.
One thing you can't plan
That's
for,
right. You
and
gotta
you
have
just hope
sunshine.
for. Oh, there, Tracy's going to pull up her meteorologist hat here in a second.
No, Tony Cavalier tells us it's going to be sunny for the Black Walnut
I'll
Festival.
tell you, he has hit the nail on the head a few times.
Yes.
I'm going to give my mic to Brent.
Oh, Brent Wilson
I
going
need
to
to
come
go
over. Okay.
finish.
She has to work. For some
I do have to
reason.
work.
What's
Yes,
that all
thank
about?
You.
I'm sitting here just hanging out, talking. Well, let's talk about Thursday then, while Brent is on his way in, Mayor. Bright and early at 7 a.m., and this is something that has been happening for many years with the Boy Scouts. They are doing the pancake breakfast over at St. John's United Methodist Church. That's 7 until 11 a.m. Now, they had done more last year. They decided last year afterwards to do hot dogs. Yeah. Many different types of hot dogs. I don't know if they're going to continue
I don't think
that.
Going to do that. No.
Just going to do the pancakes. Yeah. Okay, well, that's still good that they've got the pancakes.
Yeah, they're doing them a little longer than they did last year.
Yeah.
So they'll do pancakes Thursday and Friday morning.
Yeah.
From 7 to 11.
One of the local businesses here, Mayor, stepping in, Backwood Ramblings, is going to help out. They are going to host the Bake-Off Thursday, the Black Walnut Bake-Off from 8 to 9:30. That's going to be at Backwood Ramblings over across on Main Street. That's cool that they will give of their time and effort.
Oh, yeah. Kate had talked to Pam back in the summer, and since then Pam and I have talked several times, including yesterday. And we want to see businesses be part of this thing. And so that'll be a good experience for them and a good experience for everybody else, too. And it'll be a lot of fun. And where we used to have it on Friday was such a zoo day to do it. It'll slow us down a little bit and be able to enjoy it better. And I over the years I've tasted a lot of wonderful different cakes and cookies and things, and then I've also tasted some that your socks would actually roll up and down on your legs. I never.
So you've tasted some not the best.
I never let anybody know that. I mean, I always said everything was just wonderful, but once in a while, somebody will just goof up. We all do it.
They mix up salt for sugar.
Oh, that's happened. Had a lady bake a blueberry pie and put salt rather than sugar. But it didn't take you long to figure that out. But things just happen. But on top of all that, over all these years, of way back in the 70s, on those ladies that sometimes you say really knew how to bake, it was amazing that the different cakes and pies and things that they made, and some of those folks' families still do that tradition. Yeah. So it's out there. It's a big deal.
Maybe some of those you take a bite of, and you just have to extend that a little longer while you're trying to get it down.
Wonderful. And the flea market, Thursday's its first big day that morning too. It's going to be over on corner of Front and Roan Avenue behind Spencer Middle. Ray Dietz will be in charge of that. Kate wanted to bring that back, and she met with Ray and talked with Rob and looked at locations, and we own that huge field there.
Yeah, it's a wide open.
Yeah, big area. I mean, I think it'll work out fine. We keep it mowed and looking good all the time, and just got to try it. See what happens. And really, a good thing about that is it's not. Everything can't just be on Route 33 east and west.
Of course, yeah.
Traffic, heavy traffic, people walking, safety again is a big issue. So spreading things out just a little bit and putting it in areas where you don't have to worry quite as much about the heavy traffic really makes you breathe a little easier and feel better about it. And
because safety is a very big issue when there's, again, 50,000 people walking around.
And we've tried to make things open at 9. So, the flea market, the craft show, the quilt show, and I'm missing some things, but all those things will open at 9 and stay open till 6 in the evening.
Yeah.
So pretty easy for folks to remember that, hey, it opens at 9, it closes at 6.
Yeah.
So, I can't say enough for all the work that's been done, and not just because she's my daughter, but she's really, taken this thing by the head and really shook it and done a good job. And
she's been around it.
Well, she has
her entire life, and then being involved as a board member.
And one of the newest things that they're doing is Kate and and Quentin Keaton and Josh and some others wanted to do this brewery beer tasting.
Yeah.
And that's going to take place on Saturday, 3 o'clock, from 3 till 6, down at Jack Garrett Ford. They'll have a big tent up. You go in one way and you go out one way.
Yep.
So when you go in, you're in, and when you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
And you're allowed no more than 10 2-ounce sips of different brewed beer. They do this in a lot of places. There's nothing wrong with doing that. This is the 21st century. You can buy beer to take with you when you leave.
Yes.
And that's okay. And I've been to those. I've been to them years ago when they were doing them early on in Snowshoe and Canaan Valley, and 2 or 3 times when I was up there back in the days, one of the governors would swing by and we'd taste different little brew. It was all new to me then. I didn't know what a brewed beer was, and
well, it's exploded, by the way.
It really has.
The craft brewery industry has absolutely exploded in West Virginia more than just about anywhere else. They are everywhere, and this is an opportunity for people to expand their horizons with that, people who like to taste the new stuff. And these local breweries from around West Virginia and a little bit beyond, they can come in, they can bring their product, and they can give you a tasting of it. And if you like it, you can go buy some and take it with you.
Wonderful thing. Brent, come on down here and get hooked up. When you put this on, you really think you're flying a plane. It's about like that movie, The Mask.
Yes.
The instant that they put these headphones on me, I just turn into it. And I don't even like to fly, but I think I'm in a plane.
Pilot versus co-pilot over here.
I'll say something about the 2 parades. The
Okay,
Kids Day Parade on Friday at noon, the Grand Parade on Saturday at noon. They're taking applications for those right now. Those are 2 big, huge events
Yes.
for this festival. And on top of all that, we're so lucky that John Hendricks, our old Spencer High School band director, is, and everybody knows he went to the Pride of West Virginia and done a super job there for many years. He has retired, and he and his wife live in Morgantown. He is going to be back here for the parade on Saturday, and after the parade on Saturday, it sounds like that the Scott Freshwater and the Freshwater family are going to have a reception for John at the mansion, and they'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
And he and the family have been close for years, and they've done a lot with John at WVU, and John's remained in contact with us here over the years and been to Spencer 3 or 4 times over the last 15 years. And I called up there one time, and I can't tell you what the department's name of. It's not the Department of Music, or you're not calling the band director. It's a big name.
Yeah.
I dialed this number up, and the guy answered the phone, and I said, I'm calling from Spencer, West Virginia. I said, this is Terry Williams, and the guy on the other end said, oh my God, and it was John himself, and
you didn't think he was going to answer.
Oh gosh, no, and then we had a great conversation, and we'd really like to bring the West Virginia band back here one of these days. And it doesn't really have to be at a Walnut Festival, just as an event here in Spencer. And that's something that we're going to work on. That's on our agenda, and it's on our radar. It costs a lot of money to make that happen.
Absolutely. And they do some of those events. They do tour a little bit in between all of the stuff that they have to do. And that is logistically probably a nightmare to try to get scheduled.
I'm sure
but
it is.
I tell you what, that would be awesome.
That'd be great to have here, and we've been lucky we have had them here.
So nice, though, to have one of our own from Spencer.
Oh, yeah,
Spencer.
You can't beat it. Yeah,
it did such a good job, and they are the pride of West Virginia.
They were
a Mountaineer Marching Band. If anybody doesn't know that, then now you know.
You guys are going to talk music and stuff. I'm going to let you finish.
All right.
And
Mayor?
I really appreciate you coming here and doing this.
Absolutely.
And we'll do more of it. And again, if people have questions, it's easy to give us a call at 5616 or 1640. We do have a lot of merchandise that's on sale today.
Yeah.
We got a deal on those wind socks.
Yeah. Now that we know that
for only $15, I'd have to think, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'd have to think Brent will buy one of those and take to Marty.
Yeah, come on, Brent.
And don't even tell Marty that the glitch is there. And
see if she can find it after I posted it.
Because it is a different little neat thing.
That is cool to have, though.
Yeah, it really is.
That's a really neat item.
Thanks everybody
Absolutely.
for everything you do. We love the Black Walnut Festival.
Absolutely. This is a time that people really get excited. And I've spoken with the mayor numerous times over the years. around Walnut Festival time, and he really does love the Walnut Festival. He cares about it. He enjoys it just like the rest of us. And he gets fired up about it too, and I do as well. So, Mayor, thank you very much. We're just highlighting things. If you have any questions, again, folks, you can ask us right now on the live, or again, you can call down here at the City Building 1640. A very easy way to get a hold of them. They've got all this merchandise for sale today, starting today. They've got the collectible mugs. I know the Fast to Wear mugs. Those go very quickly, and those are on sale right now, so you may want to, if you want one, come down and get it, or if you know somebody who really enjoys collecting those mugs, you might want to call them and tell them, hey, they're available today down at the City of Spencer Municipal Building. Let's finish up the Thursday slate of events. Of course, we talked about the pancake breakfast opening at 7, the bake-off from 8 to 9:30 in the morning at Backwood Ramblings. The judging on Wednesday for the 4-H and the FFA exhibits, the art and photography show, that was Wednesday. And then on Thursday at 8 a.m., they'll be open from 8 until 6 p.m. just for people to go view all the entries and all the winners in those events. That'll be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. over at Spencer Middle School. The mayor mentioned the craft show at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. over at the Armory. Also, David Davis and his one-room school pictures will be there at the Armory. Heritage Park will host the Quilt and Flower Show, again, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The flea market, as we mentioned, it's on Front Street right across from Spencer Middle School. That footbridge that they were talking about can get you there very, very quickly. That will be open from 9 until 6. The Walnut Sweepstakes judging at Spencer Middle School beginning at 10 a.m. The Museum for the Train Depot, that's going to be open on Thursday beginning at 10 a.m. It'll open from 10 till 4 at Heritage Park. And then you've got Euro Bungee at the Courthouse Square. The information booth will open up at 10 a.m. They'll be open from 10 to 6. And, again, that will be on the corner of Court and Church Street. There's a big tent right beside where we're going to be set up, where they have the merchandise and the information booth set up as well. They're going to have the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier again down at Heritage Park. Also the glass blower we were talking about earlier, and you saw the picture of the wine glasses for the Black Walnut Festival. They'll be open on Thursday as well from 10 to 6 at the Courthouse Square. The chainsaw artist Mason Dixon boys are back again. They're going to be set up at the Armory on Thursday, and they'll be here throughout the weekend as well. The 4-H and FFA Livestock Show will take place out at the barn down on Lick Fork. That will be at 11 a.m. on Thursday. The food court's open again at 11 a.m. on Thursday, and I think that's what they're going to do most of the time. They're going to stay open at 11 until the evening time. The bake-off results from the Thursday morning Black Walnut Festival bake-off will be administered at 1 p.m. at Backwood Ramblings. They're going to do the Dino Roar Show. That's back again this year. That is a huge draw for the kids. They do a great job with that. From 1 until 4 p.m., they're going to do the one-room schoolhouse tours down at Heritage Park. That's put on by the Roane County Retired School Employees Organization, and we spoke live on the air with John Gray about that event just a couple of days back on the radio. The carnival from 1 to 5, and then again from 6 p.m. to close. So they'll take that 1 hour break to let their employees relax, get something to eat, do some maintenance work on the equipment. The Queen's Coronation. Now, this is where things get really exciting, and that's why Brent Wilson is here. The Queen's Coronation will take place at 6 p.m., and that will be on Church Street, and that will be at the new stage that they have, and they're going to officially crown the 2023 Black Walnut Festival Queen, and that is Ella Wilson, and she is a Roane County resident, a Roane County High School student, and so very big congratulations to her. That will be the Queen's Coronation at 6 p.m., and then Brent, once that takes place, we're ready to go with some music, buddy.
We are, and this year we have the Boys in the Band, which is an Alabama tribute band. And they are extremely good, extremely tight band, and they play all over. Of course, as most of you all know, tribute bands are a real thing. You know, we've had 2 or 3 here. We've had a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. Some of you have seen. We also had a Eagles tribute band on July 3rd this past summer. And the Boys in the Band are the Alabama tribute band, so they'll be here and right after the coronation, and so we're looking very forward to it, and it'll be a great, great show.
I'll tell you, the 2 tribute bands that you guys have brought to Spencer, and you didn't even do it during the Walnut Festival, which is pretty cool because it was packed. Last year, I don't think I've ever seen Church Street all the way through Court Street lined, and all the way in front on Main Street, people were over on the courthouse lawn for both those tribute bands, and they were unbelievable. You never know, I guess, when you're talking about tribute bands, because people have it in their head. They have to sound exactly like the original band.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac Mania sounded exactly like Fleetwood Mac. And I tell you what, they brought in, with the Seven Bridges Band, they brought in a backup at the last minute.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I couldn't believe how good they were.
Yeah, they are really good.
So hopefully the boys in the band will be just the same. I imagine
I
that
guarantee
they will be.
They will be.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is where the music begins on Thursday night. That will be 7 to 9 p.m. directly following the Queen's coronation. Let's go ahead and continue with the musical artists, because that's a big draw for a lot of people. They want to know who's playing, when they're playing.
Right, and we have some very, very good bands this year. So on Friday from 4:30 to 6:30, the Parachute Brigade is going to play. They're like an indie type band. They have their own style, and they've played many places. They played on Mountain Stage. Any band that plays on Mountain Stage, in my book's great.
Yes, I agree.
And they play around a lot of other fairs and festivals, and so they are going to be there from 4:30 to 6:30.
That will be Friday evening, yes.
Friday evening. And then Dangerfield, which is a local band. There is actually a guy from Spencer, or living in Spencer now, that is a member of that band. And the rest of those guys live over in Calhoun County. And they play classic rock and roll, classic vinyl, Rolling Stones, Steely Dan, all kinds of great music, and they sound really, really good. And they've never played here. I have seen them play several times, and they don't play out a great deal, and I kept on them until finally this year
They agreed.
They agreed to come and play, and I wanted them here, for many, many years, really. So that's going to happen at 7 to 9 on Friday. And then we're going to jump over to Saturday morning, and right before the Grand Parade from 10 to 12, we have Smith and Wilson, which is a duo, one of which has some roots back here in Roane County. And they play just about anything, from rock and roll to country, and they're very, very good, and really happy to have them here.
And they got that cool time slot where people are really buzzing about the parade.
Yeah.
It's going to be swamped around them, so they got a great place to play from 10 a.m. to noon leading up to the Grand Parade.
And, we have bands, lots of bands want to play, and we try to mix it up, and they wanted to play here a year or 2 or 3 ago, and just it's hard to get everybody in there, and so anyway, but this year they are going to be here, so that's I'm very happy about that. And then after the Grand Parade from 2 to 4, Jack and Davis Reed, which are grandsons of the famous Statler brothers, are going to be here, and those guys are hilarious. I mean, they play great music, they really do, but they are funny, and they put on a great show. I've seen them on at least 3 different shows and 3 different festivals this year, just kind of scoping them out and stuff. But they put on a great show, and I know there'll be a big crowd for that.
Yeah.
They have some interesting stories about their grandparents that they'll tell you, too, which I thought was kind of neat, And then we're going to jump to 4:30 to 6:30. We have a band out of Lexington, Kentucky. This guy has played a lot of music around West Virginia. His name's Jeremy Short. It's called the Jeremy Short Band. This guy is a blues guitar player, phenomenal. And you will not, I don't think you're going to find a better blues band.
Be hard-pressed.
I mean, anywhere.
Around here, for sure.
For sure, absolutely. Regionally, for sure.
Yeah.
And he is just, I can't go on about his abilities.
Yeah.
And his band sounds fantastic. So so then we're going to jump to the last slot of the evening on Saturday, the 7 to 9 slot. And there's a band called Zona Hester. They are from the Harrison County, Clarksburg area there. And they play like 80s and rock and roll, and they play a lot out up in the Morgantown, Fairmont, Clarksburg area, more in that area up there than down here, and they're very good. I've seen them at least once or twice, and getting them here, I was very happy that worked out, and you won't want to miss them.
Yeah.
They're the last band on Saturday from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
And
So that's the main stage music. Also wanted to remind people that, again, they're doing the big gospel music sing on the courthouse lawn on Sunday, 1 to 5 p.m. We had Dave Bowen in to talk about that. And, again, they're doing their gospel sing at the church on Friday night this year instead of Saturday. So if that's more your thing, if you want to go see, listen to some live gospel music, Friday evening at 7 p.m. at Faith Baptist Church. No longer Saturday evening. Now Friday for the next couple of years at least. So we've got, again, you've got a little bit of everything in a matter of 6 bands.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
It's really difficult to do, but you guys every year seem to do a great job of just picking the best you can and choosing. Plus, you got to find who's available. You got to find if you can afford them. There are many logistics involved in getting this put together.
And I've already actually started looking for bands for next year, and I've got a couple that I'm really looking hard, and you know, it's fun to do this. It really, really is.
Well, you know, as someone who enjoys music, enjoys sound systems, enjoys all of the things that go into it, it's a labor of love for you.
It is.
Or else you wouldn't be doing it.
I mean, come Sunday, I'm dead. You know, I mean, really, you know.
Come Sunday, you are exhausted.
I've had it, you know. And this is where we remind everybody to bring a comfortable lawn chair and spend the day. That's, you know, that's the best thing.
That's what I love about this festival. You can come and go as you please. The music is set up so centrally located that even if you're not directly in front of the stage, let's say you're on Court Street eating at the food court area, let's say you're over getting your food, you can still hear the music. If you're on Main Street in and out of stores, you can still hear that music, and it goes on throughout.
And we try to make it not screamingly loud.
Yeah.
I mean, and that, you know, it needs to be loud, but not, you know.
Yeah.
So we actually use a dB meter and kind of keep track of it. And
So you're saying we're not going to see any death metal anytime soon?
boy. What? my hearing's impaired.
I was just wondering. I mean, you know, who knows? So yeah, that is the music selection as we got it going on Thursday evening again at 7 o'clock. That is when the main stage will be taken over by the boys in the band, the Alabama Tribute Band. It's going to be another great festival of music, Brent.
Yes, it is.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Every year, you find somebody you didn't know you liked. That's what I always figure out. I find somebody I didn't even know about, and they're really, really good musicians. People who do these things, people who tour fairs and festivals, they work hard at their craft, and they earn the spots that they get here. They're going to put on good shows. I'm excited about it. And there's something for everybody at the Black Walnut Festival, of course, musically as well. So let's take a look at Friday's schedule. We talked about Wednesday. We talked about Thursday. Many things opening up at the same times on the Friday. Again, the pancake breakfast for the Boy Scout Troop 437, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. That'll be taking place at the St. John's United Methodist Church once again, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The craft show at the Armory, the Dave Davis one-room school pictures at the Armory. Spencer Middle School is going to be a hub this year. They've got the art and photography show, the ag and 4-H FFA exhibit's going to be there as well. The flea market just across on Front Street from Spencer Middle School taking place. The Quilt and Flower show at Heritage Park Community Building also open. All those from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. From 10 a.m. to noon, and then 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. down at Heritage Park, the one-room schoolhouse tours on Friday. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Train Depot Museum is open for tours down at Heritage Park as well. Euro Bungee open again, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Courthouse Square. The Chainsaw Mason-Dixon boys will be back at the Armory on Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The information booth opens up at the Courthouse Square, as does the glass blower again. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier right down below at Heritage Park will be open to view 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, the ox roast not taking place this year that we know of yet, but hopefully maybe somebody can come with that. At 10:30 a.m. on Friday, this is big information for people who want to get involved in the Kids Day Parade. 10:30 a.m. is when they're going to start lining up, and that's going to be at the old Save-A-Lot parking lot. That's down where Hardman's is getting ready to move to, so a big wide open space to get everybody set up for the Kids Day Parade. I just found out who the Grand Parade Marshal is going to be for the Kids Day Parade. I'm not going to tell anybody yet. Just found that out last night. So that is 10:30 is when they're lining up for that, and then the parade itself will take place at noon. Again, it'll come up through the new bridge and straight through the town all the way down over to the Armorcell area. And again, if you cannot make that, or if you just don't want to deal with the traffic, we will cover that live on WVRC. We'll have that and the Grand Parade live on WVRC, and that won't quash anybody from showing up. Trust me, there will be plenty of people in the crowd for that. So Friday at 11 a.m., the food court opens once again, and the 4-H and FFA showmanship contest will be taking place out at the 4-H FFA barn on Lick Fork. The oil derrick, we're not sure yet about that, but the tours, and they may be actually using that and showing people that down at Heritage Park. Still not sure on Friday if that's going to take place or when that's going to take place. The Dino Roar will be 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. 3 shows at the Courthouse Square for Dino Roar. That's a great thing for the kids. The Carnival open on Friday, 1 to 5 and 6 to close. And we're not sure what close will be. It just depends on how busy they are there as well. And again, live music throughout the evening on Friday. And that's just a huge list of events. And so it'll be buzzing on Friday as well. And then we go to Saturday morning, and it just keeps on going. So at 9 in the morning, this is how big this parade is. Brent, at 9 a.m. is when they start lining up for the noon parade.
That's amazing.
They've got bands.
Amazing.
Last we heard, they had 12 high school marching bands. They may have more now. I don't know. Have to talk with Kate.
It's hard to handle that. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
It's a big job.
And the parade lineup, by the way, they're going to be lining up over at the Handy Marts and around the COA building and things like that. So if you live over there, you better get out quick or else you're not getting out. And if you're planning on getting back to your place, you better just walk. So it's going to be a big thing. That starts at 9 a.m. So, again, if you're wanting to get into town, my suggestion would be get into town early, because once it hits about 11 o'clock, Brent, it's going to be hard to get through town.
Yeah, you're not going to.
Yeah, I mean, just the traffic is it's a good problem.
It is.
A lot of people show up, but, get into town or get through town early on Saturday, because once 11:30 hits, you may not make it through. That's at 9 a.m. again. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., the craft show at the Armory. The one-room school pictures at the Armory, Heritage Park with the Quillet and Flower Show. The flea market again over on Front Street. From 9 to 4 on Saturday, the art and photography show at SMS and the Ag 4-H and FFA exhibits will be open to view for people. Again, Smith and Wilson taking the stage from 10 a.m. to noon. Mm-hmm. We'll have, obviously, the Grand Parade at noon as well. The information booth, 10 to 6 p.m. The glass blower again, all that on Courthouse Square. Euro Bungee, 10 to 4. All this stuff taking place around the Courthouse Square. The Chainsaw Artists, the Mason-Dixon boys at the Armory from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. as well. The Carnival this day will be 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. instead of 1 to 5. On Saturday, the Carnival, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They'll take that 1 hour break, and then 6 p.m. to close again. Again, 11 a.m., that's when the food court opens. They'll be open all day. And let's see into the afternoon. From 2 to 4, you can pick up your Ag 4-H and FFA exhibits. 2 to 5 p.m. on Saturday, the Train Depot Museum will be open to view. And, of course, the main stage will be housing music throughout the day on Saturday. The big 4-H and FFA livestock sale begins at 6:30 p.m. at the barn. That's something that I attended last year, Brent, for the first time ever, and I had an absolute blast. Couldn't believe it.
I like to go there sometime, but I've never been because I can. I'm always
You're kind of working on music that day,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
You've got some new equipment, too. I like that.
Yeah.
So that's taking place out at the 4-H FFA bar. So after the main grand parade at 2 o'clock, you're going to see a whole lot of orange school buses or yellow school buses headed out to 119 because they're going to be heading out for the Band and Majorettes Festival at Roane County High School. The Band and Majorette Festival begins at 3:15 p.m., and that's out at Roane County High School or at County Stadium on that brand new turf field. It'll be really easy for people to
It's beautiful.
just all over it. They can just step all over it if they want to.
Yeah, it's
No
nice.
problems whatsoever. So Saturday, again, Brent, chocked full of things in many different places in downtown Spencer.
Yes, it's a great place to be. I'll tell you.
Absolutely. And then on Sunday, to close things out, Sunday morning, the craft show opens up at 10 a.m. There'll be 10 to 2. The craft show, the one-room school pictures, and the art and photography show. Well, the two first ones will be at the Armory, and then SMS, the art and photography show. The flea market, again, open on Front Street. 10:15 a.m. registration for the 5K Black Walnut Festival Nut Run and Walk. Are you in that one?
No.
I think I'm going to be out this one.
I'm sorry.
I may go cover it, but that's about it. I've done enough running in my existence, let's
Yes,
just say.
yes.
But that will be registration for that event, 5K Nut Run and Walk. That's 10:15. The actual event will take place at 11 o'clock. So you can register down at Heritage Park for that. They have pre-registration as well. If you go to the Patch and Jack Garrett Racing Series, they post all the time on Facebook about that, and you can go there and you can pre-register. In fact, if you pre-register, I think you get $5 off if you pre-register for the Nut Run and Walk. Also going on Sunday, the car show registration from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Walmart parking lot. The food court is open at noon on Sunday, so they're going to take it back a little bit. They'll open at noon on Sunday. The quilt show entries can be picked up from noon to 1 on Sunday at Heritage Park. The car show will take place after the registration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Walmart parking lot. And advance to that, they're going to have more music, by the way.
Yes,
That's one that we didn't even mention, and I can't
Yeah.
believe I didn't. The car show is going to have a musician over there, and it's Ryan Erickson, first guy that I had on my homegrown show, local boy who lives in Charleston now, and you want to talk about a singer-songwriter.
He's very good. Very good.
He is very, very good. So he'll be over there singing during the car show from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The carnival will be open from 11 a.m. to around 4 as they close out on Sunday. And again, the gospel sing from 1 to 5 right on the courthouse lawn. And then you can pick up the art and photo show entries on Sunday at the middle school. And that is chocked full 5 days of action. And I'm telling you, Brent, it doesn't happen without volunteers.
Oh.
You are one of them.
One of them. Yes, yes.
One of the many. We want to, in advance, always thank you, obviously, for helping with this whole thing. Thank you for coming on and letting us know what's happening.
Well, nobody has thanked you, Drew.
Oh,
WVRC does such a fine job of broadcasting and bringing all these things to all the people in Roane County and around the world.
Yeah.
That we just, somebody needs to say thank you. So thank you.
Well, we're happy to be involved with everything that goes on in Roane County, in Calhoun, and we're expanding our horizons with the use of social media and with technology. It's so much easier to reach someone a world away, and it's easy for us to do that with all that we have, but we couldn't do it without our sponsors at the station. We couldn't do it without people asking us to be involved. We want to be the voice of this community, and I think that we're working our way back to that, hopefully.
You were doing a very, very good job.
Well,
I hear people talk, and that's the word.
Well, fantastic. The list of events, folks, once again, if you have any questions, while we wrap up here today, if you have any questions, just come down to the community building. They are happy not the community building, sorry, come to the Municipal City building. They're happy to answer any questions you have. They do have schedules right now printed off. So if you're looking for a schedule of events, you can grab one here. If you want to wait, tomorrow evening that will be in the paper. They have the special Black Walnut Festival section in the Spencer newspapers. They'll have the schedule of events in that, and they'll have a really nice insert to talk about some of the things that are going on throughout that. If you're looking for merchandise, We saw all the stuff that's happening here today. They got black walnuts for sale. They've got T-shirts for the Ruby Bridge move. They've got wind socks, and in fact, they got one-off wind socks for $15 right now.
Right there.
They'll normally be $40. They've got flags for $50, I believe, or $55. Really big Black Walnut Festival flags, and they've got the ones with the actual Black Walnut Festival logo on them as well. Just everything. And again, if you're into the Fiesta wear, they've got the collectible mugs for sale right now. You better get them here, and they're going to go quickly, so you better get those here. If you have any other questions, just contact them here at the Municipal Building, 1640. He gave another number. I didn't know there was another number here. 55 something, or I don't know. I'll just give him the 1640.
Yeah, that's
the one everybody knows.
If I say another number, I'll get it wrong. But.
You don't want to do that. Folks, we've come to the end of our second of three live remotes here from the City of Spencer Municipal Building. We're going to come back here next Wednesday morning, the first morning of the Walnut Festival. I'll be here bright and early at 8 a.m., and we are going to touch on some of the things that are happening. We'll get some updated pricing for the carnival for you at 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning next week, because we want to make sure that people can at least plan around that if you're looking to come down with your family for the carnival. So hopefully by next Wednesday we'll have pricing information for you for that, and we'll just kind of give one more bump, and we'll be excited for the festival, and then we're going to head over, and we're going to be there for the whole 5 days. It's going to be a great year for the Black Walnut Festival. I know, Brent, that everybody that I've talked to is even more excited this year than they were last year, knowing that it was going to come back in full force last year.
Yes, and it is. It'll be stronger this year than it was last, I'm sure.
Make sure, folks, as we get set for next week's festival, if you see city workers around, go ahead and thank them, because they're going to work tirelessly to keep this town running smoothly. They're going to work tirelessly putting things up, organizing this whole festival, and they are spending a lot of time away from their families while everybody else is having fun at the festival. They're working a good bit, so make sure you stop and say thank you if you see somebody in one of those orange shirts.
Long hours
For the people who are here volunteering and working. But we're ready to go, folks. It'll be next Wednesday morning. Festival time.
It is. It's here.
All right, folks. Well, that'll do it for us here from the City Building. I appreciate Tracy Keaton for having joined us. Obviously, Dave Bowen came in. The mayor, obviously, always Britt Wilson for helping us get this information out to the general public. We'll be back next Wednesday morning right here before the festival.